All right, so Ronnie, we're doing Team Tuesday here for the Fast Track Racing team, and so tell us. Well, obviously I know a lot about you, but tell us for the viewers at home a bit about yourself and kind of what you do here on the race team.
My name's Ron, very Polish last name. I come from a little town south of Detroit called Wyandotte. It's in the downriver area. If you ever go to Detroit up 75, you pass through it. Started doing the race club over the wall UNOH stuff in 2022, 2023, somewhere in there. Started with Wayne Peterson, did that for a year with this wonderful guy, Zachary. And then we moved over to Fast Track. Almost together, but I'm going to say together. It sounds like the best way to describe it.
Yeah, and so you were at the UNOH Race Club, and since you're the first one I've interviewed about the UNOH Race Club of the members, tell us a bit about that.
So it's a little more of a, back when I took it, it was coming off the tail end of COVID, so it was pretty big with ARCA and that before COVID, and COVID, like a lot of things, took a lot of things out, unfortunately. Coming off the tail end of that, it was when the club was still spooling back up, everything was getting back in the swing from COVID. So it was a little more under the radar while I was there, because I was there from 2018 to 2022, 2023. During that, coming back off of COVID, it was a little more low-key. It's kind of the more unknown, one of the more unknown clubs back when I was in it at UNOH, because the motorsports team, because they have their own cars and stuff like that, they have a lot more of the presence at the school, or they have a lot more of the presence when school's kind of showing off. This is a great program. It pairs students up with teams looking for sort of an internship of sorts to start traveling to these races, working, learning, getting way more hands-on than you would typically get in class.
So my last question for you would be, what would be for you to describe from your perspective how things are on a typical race day?
Depends on the weather. If it's like it is today in Springfield, very hot, humid, miserable would come to mind. It's one of those things where while you're doing it, you wonder, this is not fun, I don't like this. But then you sit back on your way home, talking about it, telling people, you're like, this is one of the coolest things you could possibly do. It's kind of one of those things where it's not a lot of fun while you're doing it, but it is a lot of fun. It's rewarding, would be the way to phrase it.
All right. What sparked your love for racing, and what got you into racing?
According to my mother, I was really big into NASCAR and stuff when I was a toddler. So around 2005, 2006, kind of Car Tomorrow era. I don't really have memories of that. I have seen myself in photos in a leather like crew jacket of the Jeff Gordon's DuPont number 24. I don't have any recollection of that. So it just kind of got rekindled when I went to that school, just because, I don't know, I've always been very mechanically inclined, always liked cars, and I'm like, ooh, this sounds cool, because they came and did a demonstration on my auto shop class.
What would be a good tidbit about yourself that maybe most people wouldn't know, that you're willing to say, that would be something that makes you, I would say, unique among everyone else?
I am the first person in my family to really get into racing. My family is more known for musical arts. I used to play pretty much all the low brass when I was in high school, middle school. So trombone, valve trombone, tuba, euphonium, baritone. I could pretty much play all of it. I did a stint in what was called the Motor City Youth Brass Band at the time. They've since rebranded and kind of brought in more mature. Basically now it's like a high school and college thing, whereas it was just a high school thing. But it was essentially a brass band, which is a small, kind of small symphonic setup. Very common over in Britain, where it's all brass instruments. So you have trumpets, cornets, trombones, bass trombones, tubas, euphoniums, kind of split and doing what woodwinds would typically do. You would have brass instruments doing, in addition to brass instruments, and a drum section. And that required me to read both treble and bass clef, sometimes in the same exact song. One line would be treble, and then it would go down low enough to jump into bass clef, which is really unique and interesting.
Cool. All right, and for the ladies out there, are you single?
Unfortunately not. For you.
All right, thank you, Ronnie, and great to have you with us.
Absolutely. Let's go kill it in Bristol in a couple weeks.
Will do, my man.